Only the Brave tattoo from Diesel. Let's check it out. How's it going, YouTube? All good, I hope. My name's Grant. Welcome to 2 + 2 = Fragrance. If you enjoyed today's review, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and turn on your notifications so you'll be made aware of any future content. You can also follow me over on Instagram at 2 + 2 = Fragrance. Here's a quick look at the bottle for Only the Brave tattoo from Diesel. I quite like this bottle, to be honest. It's got Only the Brave tattoo scribbled on the back of the fist. And on the knuckles, you've got a Diesel ring. The bottle is transparent, so you can see your juice inside. Only the Brave tattoo from Diesel was released in 2012. It's classified as a woody oriental, and it's an eau de toilette concentration. It's available in quite a few different sizes, to be honest. They range from a 35ml up to a 200ml. And at retail, the prices you're looking at between £35 and £80, but don't pay that. You can get this so much cheaper if you look around online. These are the fragrance notes for Only the Brave tattoo. In the top, you've got Granny Smith apple. In the mid, you've got sage and bourbon pepper. And in the base, you've got tobacco leaves, benzoin, patchouli and amber wood. I'll tell you what I get from this fragrance. Only the Brave tattoo opens with a really sweet apple note, and that apple note is supported by the bourbon pepper. The bourbon pepper initially is only in the background, just giving it a little touch of spice. The opening is all about the apple note. It's really sweet and it's really loud. As you move into the mid, the apple note starts to fade a little, and so does the sweetness. It's still sweet, but not as sweet as in the opening. The bourbon pepper note now becomes more prominent. That note starts to take over and it's the dominant note in this fragrance. And that's joined by a little touch of sage and the tobacco that starts creeping in as well. As you move into the base of this fragrance, the apple note's completely faded away by this point, but it does leave a little bit of fruitiness in there. You've still got a fruity vibe going on with this fragrance. The bourbon pepper still remains the main note. That's even more prominent than it was through the opening and the mid. And that's joined by the benzoin note. The two main notes are the bourbon pepper and the benzoin. So you've got a nice little bit of sweetness coming from the benzoin and that resinous feel. And you've got the spice from the bourbon pepper, which comes across almost like aniseed. The tobacco remains just a light tobacco note in the background. And then you get a little bit of amber wood and patchouli, which the rest of the notes sit on. But the two main players in this fragrance when it dries down are the bourbon pepper and the benzoin. But it's a really nice fragrance. Let's have a look at the performance on Only the Brave tattoo. On my skin, I'm getting pretty good performance, to be fair. I get about 8 to 9 hours longevity before it becomes a complete skin scent. And the projection for the first hour and a half to 2 hours is pretty good. It's above average. It's nothing that's going to fill a room, but people are definitely going to smell this fragrance on you. So the performance is really good. Who can wear this fragrance? Obviously anyone can wear any fragrance. But I would say this is probably geared more towards young people. I'd say people under the age of 30 are probably going to appreciate this one the most, because it is quite sweet and it is quite playful. But if you're older than that and you enjoy the fragrance, just wear it. Seasons that this fragrance will be most suitable for, it's definitely a cold weather fragrance. You don't want to be wearing this one in the heat, really. I think it's going to be perfect in the autumn and the winter. You can probably wear it through the spring as long as it's not too hot, but this is a sweet fragrance and it definitely works better in the cold weather. What occasions would this fragrance be suitable for? I think it's more of a casual fragrance, to be honest. This isn't something that I'd be reaching for if I was going out dressed up. But it can be used in quite a few different situations. You know, if you're going for a night out, going out for something to eat, on a date. I think it'd be fine for stuff like that because it is quite an inviting fragrance. There's nothing offensive about it. It's quite sweet and it's likeable, but yeah, it's just a casual fragrance in my opinion, this one. If compliments is what you're looking for, I think you've got a pretty good chance of getting compliments with this fragrance. There's nothing offensive about it. It's just a sweet, fruity fragrance. And it's got good performance, so people are going to smell it on you. So these are my final thoughts on Only the Brave tattoo from Diesel. I really like this fragrance. It might not get talked about much, but that doesn't mean that it's not a nice fragrance. If you're looking for a casual, cold weather, sweet fragrance that's not going to cost you a lot of money and that has good performance, I'd definitely check this one out. So they were my thoughts on Only the Brave tattoo from Diesel. Have you tried this fragrance? If you have, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. Do you think it should be talked about more? Or do you think there's a reason why it's not really talked about? I'd be interested to hear either way. Thanks a lot for taking the time out to watch this video, and until next time, keep smelling amazing.